Hey, guess what? The magic is within you. We're going to use this deck, Elemental Empath deck. It's absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous cards. We're also going to be tapping into the Gateway of Light activation deck and the Oracle of the Universe and the Elemental Oracle, where we're going to talk about alchemy, science, and magic. All right, so stick around if you're interested. My name's Kristen, and I'll be sharing divine guidance with you today. Okay, some of the things we're going to be covering is how to cleanse and release your energy, clearing blocks, listening to your system, and letting your energy flow. And then we're also going to be talking about mirroring energy and how the world reflects back to you what you need to cleanse, release, and heal. There's noticing patterns and there's clearing blockages. Another topic of discussion today is boundaries, learning how to protect yourself and establish energetic boundaries. All right, this talks about reclaiming your space, your inner and outer energetic boundaries, and then compassion, specifically for oneself and others, softening your heart and being gentle and seeing the good, okay? So this is a bit of what we're tapping into today. My name's Kristen, like I said. We're going to ask our angels, saints, ancestors, and guides into our space and provide love and divine messages for our highest and greatest good. We are surrounded in divine white light, and it is... There you go. And it is. All right, so we got some beautiful messages. All right, here we go. Let's do this one. Gateway of Light activation deck, but it's a Kyle Gray deck. All right, the messages for our channel today. Okay, we have I Am Presence. Look at that beautiful energy. It talks about light body activation as well as accessing the divine within. Okay, so again, the magic lies within you. And then we have the divine matrix. And this talks about the interconnectedness, synchronicity, and the God incidences that you could be having at this time. Okay, there's that mirroring energy. And then we have a stellar gateway activation. So this is like what's playing out on a very like big scale, okay, universal scale. All right, things are playing out and there's like infinite potential, and this is a great time to manifest. Okay, and then we also have laying new foundations or strengthening foundations. There's this base chakra, focusing on grounding as well as your strength and security. Okay, so we'll get more info on some of these. We're going to read the I Am Presence. Okay, here we go. The I Am Presence is frequently mentioned in the Ascended Master teachings. It is the individualized presence of the divine that rests within us all. Personally, I see no difference between the I Am Presence and what other people call the inner teacher or the higher self. It is the aspect of divinity that lies within us, offering us great wisdom. It's the inner Buddha or Christ consciousness. It's the part of our soul that is never forgotten, that it's connected to the divine love. Even when our faith is challenged, there's part of us that knows there's something out there or in there, and it's the I Am. I feel like this card and this message is a gateway that allows you to reflect upon the fact that this is an incredible, infinite, divine being is actually within you, always aligned with love and always offering wisdom. For a long time, the I Am has been dormant, and we have been encouraged to believe we are insignificant and powerless. But the more we connect with the divine, the more we realize that it's resting gently within us. We are the divine expressing itself. We are a facet of God's particle having an individual experience, but we are part of the whole. Okay? The world is a mirror. What we're seeing playing out around us is as a result of what's within us. Okay? There's patterns here. You're experiencing a great shift, which is helping you understand yourself in ways that were previously impossible. There is an exciting time. You are connecting with your highest form of intelligence within you. The body of light within you is growing brighter, and you are becoming aware of how your actions and choices affect the unfolding of your future. The bright light you are is expressing itself unapologetically. Oof, feeling that. Woo-wee. Okay, that was a strong message. Okay, accessing the divine within. Okay, light body activation. The next card we have is the Divine Matrix. This talks about interconnectedness, synchronicity, and God incidences. Everything is connected. Everything that was, is, and ever will be is connected by an invisible bond of energy, uniting every living being from the past, present, and even the future. This isn't a new idea. Even great mystic through the ages have understood that everything is one, and now scientists are beginning to provide evidence for it. The best way to describe the connection is as a lattice, like a grid. Okay, it's like an earth grid. You know, there's an example of that. A divine matrix. We're all points on this grid, and we're all connected through it. Okay. It links us to our ancestry and loved ones, aspects of ourselves, past, present, and future, and also the ancient and divine wisdom held in the quantum field of the universe. All right, a giant stargate opening up to the universe and a piece of sacred geometry known as the flower of life. Okay. This is quite literally a two-dimensional image of the divine matrix, and the information held within it can help us begin to understand the inner and outer workings of the incredible universe. If you spend time on the image, you'll find multiple images within it, reminding us all that nothing is happening by chance, and that everything, even when we can't fully comprehend it, there's a greater plan unfolding. Okay. And then it says, you are in alignment with oneness of life and inner workings of the universe. Okay, you're part of something great. That means that you are greatness expressing itself. Not one thing in your life has happened by chance. Even when you felt that things have been against you, a process has been unfolding, helping you understand your connectedness to all things. So there's no need to feel insignificant or lonely. It's all important to remember that the universe is always working in your favor and for your highest and greatest good. You may have felt lost, but know that nothing is ever lost, for we're all held in the heart of Source, and love is our connection to all things. Wow. Impressive. Okay. Stellar Gateway Activation. Infinite potential and a manifestation vortex. The stellar gateway is the highest of our chakras and is found about 12 to 24 feet above our head. It is the energetic gateway that connects us with the divine matrix. Okay. So this is like your connection point here. And you very much could be receiving light activations. Okay. It governs our connection to the spiritual laws of creation and the quantum field, and holds our life's potential, as it holds all the intentions that we set before this incarnation and all the intentions we've set during it that support the ever unfolding path of our earthly experience. Energetically, this portal is beyond time and space. Okay, see those pyramids? Beyond time and space. All right. And when we connect with it, we come into alignment with all aspects of our soul's journey, including when we were part of the cosmos. This card transports us to a stargate that has a giant pyramid within it. Above the stargate, there are three-dimensional images of Thoth. Do you see? There. Right there. The former priest king of Atlantis, who is one of the ancient masters holding the secrets of the universe. Okay. Right? All right. This image is a reminder of our potential and of our ancient and starry connections. The pyramid is a symbol of rising power and how our soul has existed through lifetimes. The Stargate is a projection of our own stellar gateway. This card is therefore a reminder that all things are possible and that with the right alignment, we can draw the powers of heaven down to earth in order to create heaven upon earth. You're a master of manifestation. Every one of your thoughts, actions, non-actions, and choices is affecting and unfolding on your path. Realize that you have great potential and power within you. And through your focused awareness, you can draw on heavenly support to create the life of your wildest dreams. Know that all energies you connect with are carried up to your stellar gateway. And if they are aligned with the intentions your soul had before this incarnation, then opportunities will come your way. It is important to consider connecting with your cosmic origins at this time and also tracking down the intentions of your soul. For if you can bring your wishes in this life together with your pre-life intentions, you can live a life that is aligned with the highest of heavens. Nice. I love that. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay, we're going to do this one next. We're going to do Oracle of the Universe by Stacy DeMarco. This is divine guidance from the cosmos. Okay, ready? Wow, compassion. I feel like there's a lot of compassion right now. There's this, do you see these swans? There's a white swan, and then he's kind of like surrounded in the darkness and the shadow with this other swan. It's almost like, again, the mirroring energy I'm picking up on. Let's see. We'll get more, okay? One sec. Let's get the other two cards out. Let's see. And then we have exhilaration. And this talks about Canis Major. So this could resonate for some of you. You could resonate with being from like Sirius, the constellation Sirius. I have self-trust, Nebula. Some of you might resonate with that. And then we have freedom. Okay. Like this is like a very unique energy, a Pegasus. All right, so let's get some info because I'm not familiar with these as much as the other deck. 26. Okay, so we're gonna cover this one, and this talks about get your self-compassion on and forgive yourself. There are many expressions of compassion. It's easy to show compassion to those you know, but a greater compassion is to show it in action to those you don't. Give someone the benefit of the doubt and show up. Swans were a reoccurring feature in Greek mythos, and some of the famous birds could in fact be the basis for this original constellation, which is Cygnus. And then it says the first story of that of Leda and the swan. Leda was a powerful and beautiful Spartan queen who was seduced by Zeus in the form of a swan. The second story is around the bard and the poet Orpheus, who was cruelly murdered, and the gods in their compassion raised him up to the night sky with his lyre. Wow. The word of power, words of power. I feel healthy compassion for myself and others. So there are many expressions of passion. There is the compassion of a friend who brings you soup when you are sick, the friend who lends you money when you have none due to being off work, your mother who holds you and tells you everything is going to be all right, and the compassion from the doctor who firmly then shows you how to take better care of yourself. Sometimes it's the time that a mentor takes to try and help you understand your next move in order to change a bad situation Yet all you really wish for is that this mentor will take you out of it, not just give you the tools. This is everyday compassion, although not the big gestures of mythos. We need to understand that there are different expressions of compassion, and while not all might suit us at one time, nevertheless, it's compassion anyway. Interesting. Okay, so the next one we're going to be covering is this constellation, Canis Major. And this is, Canis Major contains the brightest visible star in our sky, Sirius the dog star. It is close to our solar system, giving it a bright, clear shine. Other stars in the constellation are actually brighter but further away, making them appear dimmer. All right, so it also contains the Thor's Helmet Nebula. So how do you view the Canis Major? It's a constellation in the southern hemisphere, summer or northern hemisphere, winter sky. It borders the Lepus constellation, which is to the left and is visible at latitudes between plus 60 degrees and negative 90 degrees. And the words of power, I seek joy and exhilaration. It says, whatever peak experiences are for you, seek them out occasionally for good mental health. Run and dance like no one is watching. Seek joy, seek flow. Find your wildness and be a loyal friend. Do something simply for the fun of it. That's cool. And then there's self-trust. And this is a nebula. Let's check out this. Nebula self-trust. This is called the necklace 121. The necklace. Oh, it is. I guess they're wearing a necklace. Look at how cool that is. All right. I'm for it. Just saw the twin flame necklace. Self-trust. Develop your power from the inside out. One of the most transformational aspects of self is a strong self-trust. If you trust your judgment and self, you can operate from a position of strength and stability. Trust your gut. You're being asked to trust yourself in challenging times. Okay? Let's see what else this has to say. I'm getting the necklace nebula is a stunning nebula that looks just like a sparkling necklace of gemstones formed in a very violent way. The interaction of two dying stars that came too close to each other, with the smaller one being engulfed, creating a ring of glowing remnants and bright balls of gas. The ring itself was formed by the immense centrifugal force of the gases being blown outward. It was only discovered in 2005. And it sits within Sagittarius and can only be seen by a powerful telescope or by checking out NASA's Hubble photos. Okay, interesting. Okay, we're gonna do these next. Okay, I'm being told to go back to the bottom of the deck, which is freedom. So let's read about freedom. Okay, this is constellation. Pegasus. Number 77. It says, find freedom in the mastery of oneself. You cannot control others. To be truly free, you must cultivate your independence. No one owns you but you. You always have a choice. Look to your values in order to make a good decision. Interesting. Pegasus was the immortal horse of mythos, who actually did have wings. Pegasus was born from the neck of the dying Medusa. Beautiful and powerful, yet free and wild, Pegasus remained riderless for a long time. Sadly, Hubris tried to fly Pegasus to the god's abode on Olympus. Pegasus resisted this and tried to kick him off his back. Zeus saw what was going on and sent down a thunderbolt, and he was knocked off Pegasus's back and plunged to the earth. This is Bellerophon. Pegasus was taken by Zeus to heaven with him as his thunderbolt bearer. Eventually, Pegasus was raised to the night sky for his service. Pegasus is a distinctive constellation with its square of Pegasus, formed by a number of its stars, those being Markab, Sheet, Algenib, and Alpha Andromeda. The brightest star is the orange supergiant Epsilon Pegasi, and also known as Enif, which is situated on the horse's muzzle. It also contains star systems with exoplanets and is part of the Perseus group of constellations. That's what it looks like right there. Okay, very cool. Excellent. All right, we're going to do one more deck, Elemental Oracle deck. So fascinating. Time, speed, number 41 and 42. We have west, and we have water, and we have air. So if you're tapping into the elements here, I feel like things are in motion, okay? Things are going to be coming in fast. Your angel number is 22 or 222. All right, we're going to look at number 42, which is speed. We're going to look at time, speed, water, west. Yeah. Okay. Put them right here. Okay. And then we have air and plants. Okay. Okay, so time talks about, this is a really cool card. Look at the graphics on this. It says, find out of the causes of your procrastination or resistance. Do not miss your opportunities. Someone is wasting your time. Be aware of this. You have finite time on this planet, so use it well. Okay. Interesting. All right, and then we have speed, which is number 42. So we go from 41 to 42. It says movement. Savor the experiences of your life. Be mindful and aware of the speed in which you do activities such as eating and working. Do not waste your time, but understand the discernment of taking quality time. Interesting. Okay. Number 29. So it's like work smarter, not harder. Align yourself with things that you value. You have a limited time here on earth, so make it count. I have water. This talks about creation. Flow forward with grace and confidence. Be true to your emotions. Do not allow yourself to become stagnant in your ways. Creation is your birthright. Consider what is vital to your happiness and ensure that you seek it. Okay. West. So we have a direction. We have a piece to the puzzle. This talks about completion. Every cycle comes to a close. Do not resist the end of something, because the end heralds a new beginning. Complete the project. Be a finisher. Be not afraid of death. It is part of life. We have motion. Be flexible yet grounded. Allow yourself free thought. Move and choose. Find your freedom. Use your voice resourcefully. Stand up for what you believe in. Be mindful of the way you communicate. Okay. I love it. Talk about some powerful messages here. Goodness gracious. All right, so I'm going to get a few more of these elemental empath cards, and we'll close out this reading. Look, the death and rebirth process talks about transformation, something ending so something new can begin, new self or cycle, release resistance. Wow. Going through the death and rebirth process with compassion. This is a strong theme here, is having compassion, all right, as people go through their process of awakening. Even having compassion for others, you know, they may not be in your life anymore. Holding space for yourself and forgiveness and understanding that like others are going through their processing. I feel like this is softening your heart, being gentle and seeing the good, especially for yourself. This is really about like you having compassion and self-love and care for oneself. Because, you know, once you have it for oneself, then it's something that like, it's your vibration at this point, right? So this is about like you doing the inner work. I know my channel is busy doing inner work. Many of you are working on your chakras at this time. So if you're doing that, keep going. Okay, keep going. We have intuition. You know, this is the number 3. All right, so this is talking about like connecting with your intuition. All right, versus your fear. Anything that makes you feel fearful, rejected, or separated, then you know that that is going to create some sort of unalignment, okay? So, or it's going to mirror back to you what you need to work on. So just connect to your soul and trust yourself and source is what I'm getting. Having energetic boundaries, okay? Inner and outer, okay? You know, if there's something going on in your reality, maybe it's a reflection of what's going on inside. So maybe pay attention to how things are playing out in your reality. Everybody's reality could be different. All right, there is a choice to make. There's a direction to take. I feel like the choice you're being guided to make is one that leaves you leaving something behind and choosing something new, like a new beginning. I feel like there could be life direction, how you respond, and consequences to something. Okay, and then I have relating. All right, so some of you could be dealing with like a bit of green energy. So it's like projections, comparison. Maybe you're comparing yourself to others and you're feeling a bit rejected, or there's something being mirrored back to you. And I feel like it's in the form of maybe needing to rely on oneself and your connection to spirit. Maybe stop paying attention to what everybody else is doing and focus on what you need to do. There's a need to kind of redirect. There's also maybe an energy in which you put out that you are able to relate to others. Okay. This is you relying on self. Okay. Okay, so we have rest on number 9, and then we have 4, honor the journey. Slow down, connect to nature, and calm your system. So this would be grounding, spending time in nature, and really de-stressing. And then I have honor the journey. Like here's that death and rebirth process here. Okay, this is like creation. Okay, water is creation energy. And then there's a sense of completion. There's something that's being birthed. All right, don't rush anything, experience life, respect others, and allow for messes. That's how we learn, okay? I feel like you worked really hard on being this integrated woman or man. I feel like you've accepted your process and who you are. I feel like there's integrated lessons happening and there's grounded healing playing out. And that is beautiful, collective. Thank you so much for being a part of our channel. I love you guys. Let's get a couple more cards and we'll close this out. I feel like what you desire desires you. All right, so put it out there in the universe so that you can attract it in. I have 2 again. You must be seeing a lot of 2s. I have a lot of 4s. Heart's true, desire, gratitude, and addressing any inner blockages. I feel like those will be illuminated to you. And then I have intimacy. All right, so this is talking about connecting to oneself, okay, inner discovery and voice, expressing yourself and exploring certain things and healing. So this is you really being open to, you know, the parts of you that you don't let everybody else see. Okay, so I feel like there's a bit of opening up, right? And integrating things for yourself. And then there's the creatrix. Like, how cool is this? All right, we go from the phoenix to the creatrix. All right, the phoenix is about that death and rebirth, okay? It's like expressing your emotions, birthing your creations, and this is like womb energy, all right? Beautiful, beautiful. I love that for us. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was great messaging today. Okay, love it, love it. Are we stopping here? We're stopping here. Okay. You like to ask. All right, y'all. Hope you guys have the most amazing day, and I will see you on the next one. If you want to book a personal reading, you can do so at betweenbothworlds.org. And have a great day.